Okay, everybody, it's Christmas. We're going to do a video here of the Cherokee quail operation going into the main barn. This is the hub of our operation. There's my junk shelf. And there's some brooder boxes. That's a 3x8 double brooder box. And another 2x4. And this is the new brooder pens we built here. This section of it right here is 16x4. And here's some of the inside of it. You go back here to this gate, and this gate takes you into a 8x8 that's part of the 16x4, and there's about 600 little Georgia Giants in here, 700, something like that. There's that going back there. Now this hooks into another pen. You can see the gate going into there, and I'll go out and around to it. It's 8x8. Okay, we're going into that other pen I was telling you about. It's an 8x8. Now, this pen has a door right there that goes to the outside and hooks to a 10x24. And it also, there's a little gate that goes into this other 6x10 right here next to it. Here's the gate for it, and it goes into this 6x10. It also has a door that opens outside. All of these lights that you see back here in the pens, with the exception of the heat lamps, go out at 6 o'clock we run them 6 hours. Now this section right here on the inside, those pins on the top are 4 foot by 4 foot. And they've all got heat lamps in them and water systems where we can use them for brooders or sick pens or whatever we have to. And then here on the end, I'll back up a little bit. This one on the end is an 8x8 that goes outside to an 8x10 pen. And then, as you can see, all these on the bottom, there's pins on the bottom that goes out the door. All of these have got inside doors to them that goes to the outside, and they hook to a pin outside that's 4x8 that connects to it. So, and we put new doors in here. I put new doors. I haven't insulated it yet because of this roll-up door here at the top that lets so much air out. This is our water system. It's a 35-gallon tank that, as you can see, runs to every pen in this building. And we use the little waters in every pen. You turn the line valve off, turn this side valve on, hook your hose right there. That's how you fill it or drain it. Works really good. No busting, no water in the winter time. And of course, every one of these has got these homemade feeders in them, so that works. But here's kind of a pan of the inside operation. Here, the brooder pens all the way around to the front door and the junk. We'll go outside now. Okay, we're outside now. Here's the doors that we put in. I showed you from the inside, and this is all connected to the main barn. Before, in our picture, it just went to right here, and then we added on this part right here. there's the outside front pen, bunch of Georgia Giants in there. We'll go in. This pen here now can be, if you look all the way to the back, there's a house back there. This pen can be 60 foot long by 10, which in turn, it hooks to every pen on the inside. And we'll walk down that way, but every one of these pens go to the inside of the building. And you can shut off individual pens, make it one big pen, whatever you want to do. When you get down here at the end, you got your white splash and Tennessee Reds. You get down here, you open up into another pen that is 8 by 10, and it goes in to this pen that goes into the brooder house, the brooder building that I showed you where we had the 600 quail. This hooks to that. You shut it, you go on down here, all these doors can be opened, and this goes into that other little house. I got a few snowflakes. And then if you turn left here, this goes in to another 10 by 24 pin that's also hooked to this building. And as you can see here, that's the door that goes into the other brooder that I showed you that went outside. So all of this together, this is 10 by 24 by 12. And if you go around to all the other pins, this can actually be 100 foot long, all hooked together, all the way down. There you go, back to the outside. And so it's everything that you see here hooks to this main barn. So in the wintertime, everything can go in to get water, and you know, you can move birds from anywhere around this barn to any pen, to catch them, to do anything without bothering them. So again, here's some of these are 8 by 4 that hooks into the 4 by 4 inside the barn. And I made these doors, little slide doors. I'll show you here. I have a little rope here you pull on the outside of the pen, and it shuts the door. So everything can be shut inside, outside, however you want to do it. So that's the main barn. Here's a view of it from away from it, what it looks like. We just walked out of it. It goes back to those doors I showed you going in to the main barn. This is our delivery trailer. I bought this old 1992 trailer, and we restored it, redone it to deliver quail to the preserves and the people. When we have big orders, we deliver in here. Works out really, really well. Now we're standing outside that long pen now. As you can see, it's 60-some feet long, plus the houses on each end. Then we'll walk around here behind, and I'll show you part of that pen that hooks to the brooder pens we built. This pen right here is another flight pen. You're gonna It's 40 foot long with a 12 by 10 house on it. Right there. And all that white stuff you see in there is lime. It's empty now. I always lime the dirt between batches and till it in. And then if you turn right around from this house, you'll see the main barn again with that pen that we just walked out of. That hooks to all of this. So basically everything is hooked to that main barn. This pen isn't, but all these pens have electricity in them. So we'll hold on and go to the chucker pen. Okay, on the other side of our barn is our chucker pen, or another pen. It's 10 by 10 with a 24 foot run on it. Up here it's full of chuckers right now, so excuse all that. And it's a wire floor pen. It's 10 by 24 with this house on the back of it, and then you go around to the backyard where the dogs are, the pond and garden, and then back to the side of that pen, that big pen I just showed you. And right straight across from that big pen I showed you is this pen that hooks in to the main house and to the brooder house and goes down through there. So that's our operation. We're not a real big operator, but this is what we do. Hope you enjoyed it.